put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We are chatting this morning with Jessie Taylor, Cultural Officer 2, Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation.
Yes,
this morning, viewers, our focus is on the recap of the Recycle and Talent Show, the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2023. Good morning and welcome to Jessie Taylor.
Pleasant good morning to you, Rhea, and all of Tobago, and hope you're having a good morning.
All right. Now, Jessie, one phase of the competition is now over.
Indeed.
Right. So is it that you can now breathe a sigh of relief, or is it that you're still on high alert?
Yes, indeed, because even if that has indeed happened, we are now heading into full gear because our opening night gala features the other aspect of the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality and the crowning of the Tobago Heritage Monarch. So yes, we're still very much on high alert, and we're still working the kinks out. And then right after that, we move into a bevy of activities happening throughout the island of Tobago, including the community shows.
All right, so let's talk about last Friday. The show was last Friday. Last Friday. Yes, last Friday.
The 14th.
That's right.
Indeed. It was such a wonderful evening, Rhea. You felt it. It was, I was a bit blown. In its planning stages, we were hoping to at least get it done okay for its first incarnation, because we've never really, as far as I could remember, separated the aspect of the show like this, the segments. But it really worked well. For sure, judging by what the attendance were, it's not a venue we probably could use if that's the way they would go next year. Certainly, the girls were ready. The patrons, they were geared up, and there was this lovely air of festivity and the creativity from the various people who presented stuff and had designs and stuff. It was really, really wonderful. The evening was nice. It was almost non-competitive, even though one aspect was highly geared towards what you would see being part of the judging system on Friday.
All right, so tell us, I mean, we've got a lovely lady on screen here.
Yeah,
for those persons who would have missed.
Dejel Kwashi. She is Miss Golden Lane. And it's lovely to have a Golden Lane queen in the pageant. We've had one for quite a while, if I can remember. And
what made this year different?
Recycle wear, and she plays second.
She plays second. Congratulations to her. But what made this year different? What made Golden Lane decide this year to be a part of the show?
Scout. All with our heritage is about penetration and our ability to reach those people who are out there. But I think everybody need maybe some persuasion, some coaxing, and I must admit that at the Department of Culture, the division has this mandate and pushing about going to the ends of Tobago to ensure that we not just create opportunities, but we find existing places that we could put our culture on show and our heritage, and that's one of the places that we have been looking towards, particularly since the falling of the silk cotton tree and the importance it has had to Tobago's historical landscape. Yeah.
All right, now I want you to walk, in the interest of time, I want you to walk us through some of the photographs and some of the video footage here that our director is going to pull up on the screen.
Okay.
And you can give us an idea.
So this is Miss Melinda Alfred. She's representing Delicia's Dance Company. And this is a recycle where she was actually one of the other persons who tied for second in this part of the competition.
Are we seeing bottle cork?
Yes, and she actually won the award for best use of recycled material. And it's important for us to focus on how we take what is considered to be trash and make it into treasure, because that is actually done out of plastic bottle, water bottles, and the top of it, that the design that you see in the iridescent is used CDs and bottle corks and the remains of a windscreen that was crashed, and they used to crush the into making the designs on it. So Tobago has a wealth of creativity, and we are contributing to what the world should be by making it a better place, by getting rid of all the filth, reuse, recycle, upcycle.
that was absolutely beautiful, and I also at the base of the dress. Could that have been wood shavings?
No, it's plastic bottles that was cut into
Plastic
that
bottles.
shape. Very, very unique, which shows the handicraft ability of the various people we have on the island. Highly innovative and highly creative.
Where did the creators of these gowns come from? Were they imported?
No, no, they're actually on the island here. I can
And
remember that is
I think it's
particular.
important that we put that out there.
Yes, indeed.
And tell us
This
here.
is Sparkle Miller. She actually got the top prize in that category. She represents Castara. And as you see, she is something bubbling out of the sea and the marine activities there. Again, this is pure plastic crocus bag, feed bag that was
I
done
see
to
the use
create
of
this
CDs here
design.
again.
And then it has there see some CDs in it. And of course, we are reusing things from the ocean.
Yes.
So there's shells, and I'm seeing a sea fan as well. And she has a purse. One wouldn't imagine. And like I say, as we pay homage, we are paying homage to all those things that have made us who we are. What was largest things that we would have used for one reason or the other.
All right. Now, I know that our director is going to pull up some more of the footage here. Now, what made 2023 different, apart from the fact that the competition was separated, and you indicated earlier on that maybe moving forward, this is that element that you may decide to work with.
I must give credit to both the secretary of the division, Tasha Morris, and also to Miss Megan Morrison, who is the assistant secretary but has direct responsibility for culture and antiquities. And when she was given this should I?
Yes.
So this is Sabrina. She's from Mason Hall, and this way actually won the most creative design in the entire thing. It was done using jiffy foam that you would actually use to make carnival costumes, and feed bag, and recycled potato bags, and adorned with coconut shell. And you know what jig is, Rhea? That's it. It's like you make them in a loaf thing to do. You can use them at bath things. That's why they go into a shape like a cucumber.
Right.
But they actually,
yes.
So those things that they hear is actually that, and it also features coconut. The husk from the coconut was used to make flowers, and those are plaited grass. So you see again the handicraft ability of the people. And this was made by Abigail, but it was done by Nigel Sandy.
And you said the plaited grass, almost like what we use.
Yeah, it's actually grass that you have to plait together. Remember in school?
I was just thinking what
exactly.
under Mr.
So this is dried grass that we actually put together.
Thank God we learned this at Scarborough.
Into what we call wearable arts. And so there was a number of things that were quite very outstanding in the show, using brown paper and goat skin and use buttons and plastic spoons and forks, and it was, so I think that we are well on our way to help saving the earth and to ensure that the landfill isn't filled with what we call trash, but we can use these things as our treasures.
Reuse, recycle.
So you asked about what is different. What is different, Rhea, is that we sat as a team and look at how we can make the Heritage Festival more viable. And I mean, not just economically, but largely economically, but also socially. How do we use it as a platform so that people can really enjoy? And then we realize that we also need to embrace other sectors. This year, Pan has a large part to play in all these things we'll be having throughout the different things. So there'll be at the opening night, there'll be at the Emancipation Parade. So I may love drum, but you may also love pan. But pan is not only a national instrument, but we have, as we celebrate, because the theme is pegged to 3 words: as we honor, we celebrate, and we inspire. So we celebrate those people who would have introduced the pan and have seen it where they have left it. And then we are able to honor those people now who are doing those things and inspire a generation of people who use pan as a way to hear other music, our folk songs, our local calypso, and provide a way out of crime and other social disorders. So it's not just about putting a show here, resting a show there, resting things back to back, but giving people an opportunity to really appreciate. This is the talent segment. If you can see, this is Deja doing her piece. And look at that. So you see, even the Tobago's proverbial myths and legend about how to how to get
How to get?
a man. How to trap,
Okay, how to get a
how to
man.
trap the man, and what are some of the things you should do. And of course, you have to be able to perform and use your skills in order to. And that's what I got from it. Yeah.
It's interesting how you term
Yeah.
it. Okay, I'll
On
use
the
your
way to
skills.
marriage, but you know the courtship code is was a large part and still is that leads to the actual wedding that happens in Mariah on the 29th this year.
Okay, so we see that now. What in terms of like I said, this is just one. This was just one phase of the competition. We've got other phases of the competition, as well as the rest. In fact, a few weeks to go still for the Tobago Heritage Festival. The Tobago Heritage Festival. So tell us what happens next.
So immediate to this evening, in a closed door section, the girls would have their conversations as part of the intelligent aspect of the show. So you have to be beautiful by your natural God-given beauty. You have to be talented by what you might have been taught or what you might have been born with, but you also have to have brains with it. So there's an aspect to it that deals primarily and specifically with your ability to be good at interpersonal relationship, how you communicate, how you're able to have conversations, and whatever. This is my sisters in culture doing a monologue on the silk cotton tree and it's falling in 2020.
Beautiful.
So yes, so that happens this evening at 5 o'clock, and we are happy to say we have Beverly Oasis Sweets as a sponsor on board with us. So it'll be happening right there this evening. The girls will all go there and have an opportunity to have a one-on-one with their various with the various judges, and then we speed into getting ready to pull off a beautiful evening on Friday the 21st, where the admission is only $100 and every seat is a VIP seat.
I love it. Every seat is a VIP seat. All right, and this is open to the general public, and
of course it is at the Shaw Park Complex from 7 p.m.
And to have persons come and be a part of it.
Yes, certainly.
I'm certainly looking forward.
That opening night, of course, is done by First Citizens, who has been our sponsor for all about 18 years, steady and demonstrating their commitment to preserving our culture and women empowerment in Tobago. This committee is also been chaired by Gillian Franklin, our Cultural Officer 1, and she is ably assisted by Oshun and by well-known Davia Chambers.
All right, so, and it's all coming up, and remind us again of some of the other events that will be taking place.
So
this is just one element.
Once we've concluded that, the idea is for to move right into Juve. That will be at Plymouth, the old-time Carnival celebrations. There would also be the formal judging of Old Mass in its various categories, and then we'll be having traditional Mass judging as well, and that's on the 22nd. And then we move right all the way up to the eastern scenic, beautiful village of Charlottesville for Natural Treasures Day. And then we move coming down to town, still in Windward, for the Yam Festival and the Old Time Village Market experience and the crowning of the Miss Junior and Little Miss Heritage.
All right.
And then we go on to Salaka Feast on the 26th and like the 27th. And in town, there's a rum shop line that would have aspects of various other snippets of heritage or fringe elements. Mariah on the 29th and the Tobago Harvest Experience in Speyside. Seaside and Pan, everything sea and everything Pan. And then we move on to August 1st, where we do that Freedom Walk, the Emancipation Day celebration down at the Crown Point. Into ending, but it's supposed to be a beautiful bumper heritage season.
I see a comment here on the live from Shirley Cook. Would love to see these as costumes in our October Tobago Carnival. Tobago
and you see what I mean? I agree. Again, it could be a niche market. We're going to allow for the creation and placement of things that are eco-friendly, things that we consider waste, because we are continually polluting the space, and so we can fix it. And you see, we have talented young ladies who are ready. And look on the screen here, we have Mason Hall doing her talent. And this is an aspect of our culture, doing the bamboo dance as part of her presentation. And she's ably assisted by her dad. And that shows retention. That's her I learned that at the show. That is actually her father.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
But
either.
let me ask you here something, Jessie Taylor. With regards to what we just saw, even that bamboo dance, are these things taught at the schools?
They are not formally taught, but I'm happy to report, Rhea, that this was one of the things we had as our community outreach. It was done at Mason Hall as one of our community outreach fringe heritage elements, and it was called Ready, Set, Go. So we did that. We also did some training in Wake and Bongo, and out of that has flowed this. So we are seeing what is refreshing, a continuance and even a growing interest by new people, and I mean fresh faces, people who would not normally be a part of the heritage. We're seeing a new set of wave of people who are showing that, yes, we can still inspire as we honor and celebrate.
All right, well, thank you so much. Always a pleasure chatting with you on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And the viewers, lots more coming up with regards to Tobago Heritage Festival. So, and I would love to say, if you haven't booked your tickets, maybe now is a good time too. I'm not sure what's happening with Carl, so I'm going to leave that right there. But we want to thank you for joining us for this segment. Lots more coming up on the program, so share the live, share the live, share the live.